What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Optimal EV. Today I'll be giving you a build guide and rundown on the 2022 ID.4.
You'll probably notice a lot of similarities with this video and the last video we did on this car, but we wanted to make sure that you guys are up to date on the all-new website so that you know exactly what you want when you go to the dealership.
Let's hop into the build.
Let's do it.
All right, so here we are on the VW configurator where you'll see they have changed up the styling of it. Now, the first thing that we noticed is that they changed the Pro S gradient option from an option to an actual trim.
Right. It's got its own select model here so that you don't have to just add it as like a package onto the Pro S. It's its own separate thing.
Yeah, and they show you just what that adds here. And another thing is that all of the prices on all of the trims have went up a decent amount. So I think it was $39,900 for the previous Pro.
Yeah.
And now it's went up around $12.50 for each trim.
Right.
So we're going to hop into the Pro first, just show you the options on it. You'll see first that we have the white with the engine and transmission option. So you'll see they've kind of made it like a linear choice.
Yeah,
which is
they
nice.
definitely made this website much easier to like navigate, which is always helpful for us and you guys as the consumers. So I really think it's nice of them to, look, now you only have two options available. You see exactly what they are and you can pick it nice and easy.
Yeah, and they didn't change the price of adding the all-wheel drive from the rear-wheel drive, so that's the same. They just changed how they show it. So it's just a price difference instead of just an add-on.
Right.
So we're going to add it real quick just to show you. It does take a little bit, the website still, so it calculates, it loads the colors, so you will have to deal with that, but it is nice you get this check mark so you can move on to the next section.
Yep. As you'll see, color-wise, we have four different options here. We have the Glacier White Metallic, which is currently selected. We move on to the Mythos Black Metallic.
That was nice.
All of these have no additional cost, which I think is pretty nice. You don't have to pay any extra to get these.
And we have Scale Silver, and then Moonstone Gray, which is not a metallic, it's more of a matte.
Right.
I think we agreed last time that the black was our favorite option on the ID.4. Just really looks slick, especially with like the black roof too.
I'll tell you that in person, having seen a bunch since our last video in August, that honestly, I think white looks really good on this car.
Yeah.
At nighttime, I don't know what it is about the white car, just it looks really good.
Yeah, I think the configurator just makes the black look nicer. One thing that I have noticed that is like a huge thing for me when seeing that car is that the lighting up of the logo makes the car look 10 times better.
That's probably why I think it looks so nice at night.
Yep.
It looks sick with all the lights on.
It does. It really does. And then one thing we complained about before, you'll see that there's just one black cloth option.
Yep.
It is for the lower trim, so a little understandable, but it is nice to have different options for interiors.
Yeah, I agree.
Last, you'll see our options, which there's really not any. VW likes to just do it by the trim level. So really, you have the all-weather mats, which we always recommend to go third party. And then enhanced rear view mirror, which will add your garage door openers and auto dimming.
Yeah,
so
pretty cool. If you want it, if that feature is important to you for convenience, definitely something you can add here. And then the last two options here, we have the trailer hitch extras, which if you need those, slap those in. VW care package, $65. Obviously, this car does not have an engine in it, so you're not paying for like legitimate motor maintenance.
Yeah, so it's really cheap. I feel like for the towing stuff, it's like very hit or miss. This car is like right in between the size of where someone would start towing. So.
Yeah, I always find it weird when electric cars involve towing because they're not super high range cars, so you're not.
And
you wouldn't be able to tow
something.
something. Right, you wouldn't be able to tow something super far. So
yeah, obviously, if you go Rivian or Ford F-150 Lightning, though, eventually those things are gonna just like dominate. But even then, the range probably is gonna get hit. Except for the Ford, they did test with cargo on it, so that's nice.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna jump to the next trim. So here we are. We have the Pro S, which is next. You'll see the price jump to $45,730. This is where you will get that illuminated kidney grille, which is something that we thought looks amazing on the car. And we did recommend before that the Pro S is probably the best option for the money.
Yeah, I think that still stands. You just get a ton of features with this $4,000 upgrade. So honestly, I mean, it is $4,500, but at the same time, it comes with a lot.
I think what we mentioned before is the adjustable seats alone, the 12-way power adjustable seats. That's a huge deal. I mean, that's something that should probably be standard on the Pro, but I think it's worth upgrading the Pro S for that and the panoramic fixed glass roof.
You also get a new interior option that you'll see here in a second, but it's a lot. It's really cool.
Yeah, and then same thing, you'll see the engine transmission. All you do is add the option. Again, same price. And then we have the same colors as before, except we will get this dusk blue metallic added on to the Pro S.
It looks all right.
Yeah, I think we were a fan of the blue. It's not, too dark, too light.
Yeah, I haven't seen this color in person, so it's hard to really tell. But honestly, it doesn't look like a bad color. So
yeah, nice style on the wheels. And then we'll jump to the interior where you'll see the difference, where you'll get the lunar gray.
Right. You'll notice that the Galaxy Black is actually slightly different from the just regular Pro interior model. It has that little ID engraving on the back, and it kind of looks like upgraded seats. I don't know.
Yeah, they're standard though.
Right. I don't know what the upgrade would be, but they look a little bit nicer than in the Pro version.
Yeah, I agree. I like the lighter interior as well. It's definitely a lot nicer than the black.
Yeah, we are always softies for a lot of contrast on the interior. So
Exactly. The two-tone just kills it.
Yeah.
All right, and then next you'll see we have our options. Same thing. There's really nothing you can add different from the Pro.
Yep.
So we're going to jump into the Gradient.
So last but not least, we have the Pro S with Gradient, which is about $2,000 more than the previous option. These come standard with 20-inch alloy wheels, black painted roof, and silver roof rails and accents.
Yeah, I'm surprised they even got busy with this trim, just because it adds the red, but then you have to pay for the red.
Right.
So they promote the red, then you have to pay for the red. We complained about this last time. I know if you've seen the last one, but if you haven't, no, not smart. So 20-inch wheels and the black high gloss, what you're getting out of this, mainly for the money. So engine, transmission,
same as before.
Thing. And then you'll go to the colors where you'll see the extra red with the contrast of the roof. You still can change the roof back by selecting one of the standard colors that doesn't have that two-tone trim on it. And then you'll see same thing with the blue, the white, the silver, and then we'll move on. You'll see that we have the interior again, same options, the lunar gray, and you do have to change the dash to a platinum gray trim. So it is nice that they show you that, and you do have to remove this color because we didn't have the right color for the interior. So you have to choose one of these options. We'll go with the blue. See, it takes a little bit long to load, but it's definitely better than how the website was before.
Yeah.
So what's nice is they actually, it's kind of hidden on the bottom right here, and if you didn't know about it, you probably wouldn't find it, but they do have a gallery button on the bottom to see some more pictures of the vehicle.
Right.
So you'll see that they give you a nice surround view, and then you get a whole 2 pictures of the interior.
Yeah.
So.
Most importantly, you get to see the inside here a little bit. It's, I think the exact same as the 2021 model, but you still get a nice rendered version of this, and the 360 view is enabled.
This screen, I think they upgraded the screen as well, because I don't think that screen was as big when we were in the vehicle, when we were in the ID.4.
It's so hard to tell.
Yeah.
They might have upgraded it slightly in size, but when we were sitting in this car, like not even 6 months ago, it does look a little bit bigger. Yeah.
Dash though, and that I wasn't impressed by that. I think we talked about that.
No, yeah.
One thing that we did love, just a shout out to the Mustang Mach-E, even though it's slim, that is a really great display here.
Yeah,
this
well
one's
designed.
It's not big enough. It's just too small. All right, so then you'll see your options where you'll have the same ones as before, except you won't see the tow hitch. I'm not sure if that's because they didn't include it or it's standard on the Gradient package. So.
Right. It didn't really mention it there, so maybe that's something that is just not included for this option.
Yep. So that concludes the build part of it. We're going to jump into just the quick comparisons and go over some of the highlights of the different packages.
So if you were to stay on the website and go through each package, there's a small option that allows you to compare it so that you can add all 3 of these and compare them side by side. So we've done that here for you. And as you can see, there's a lot of similarities here between all 3, obviously, and the small differences really jump up in the Pro S.
Yeah, I like that they have the price kind of laid out very nicely with all 3 packages.
Yes.
It's not hard to find. It's not confusing. I know we did the Kia EV6 and just like a lot of dots, a lot going on in the beginning. This is nice to just see them side by side.
Yeah, it's true.
I really wish electric was capitalized though. I don't know why. It just bothers me.
That's kind of strange. But I mean, I think it's like, if you couldn't tell already, we really appreciate when these websites make everything very straightforward and simple. It makes it a lot easier for consumers to really get an idea of what exactly they're getting.
Yeah, it's really cool. You can change the engine here too, even though it's not an engine. It's pretty cool that they let you do that right away, and changes the power options as well.
Yeah.
So as you'll see, just real quick, you saw that we had the 19 standard on the Pro and the Pro S. On the Gradient, you got the 20s. That's what you're mainly paying for.
Yep.
Just reiterates it here. And then you'll see that the adaptive front lighting you get on the Pro S and the Gradient, but you get the regular automatic LEDs on the standard. Then you'll get the automatic premium LED projector headlights on the Pro S and the Gradient. So that's always nice. The more lights, the better.
Yep.
Black roof on just the Gradient. And then
roof rails only available on Pro and Pro S.
Panoramic fixed glass, like we mentioned, might not be smart to go with the Pro if you do like some vision and some light coming through the roof.
Yeah, there's a lot of different little options here, so feel free to pause and take a look at them if you are actually interested in one of these in particular.
One thing I'm surprised that they cheaped out on the Pro is that you only get 10 colors for the customizable ambient lighting, but on the other 2 you get 30. That's just a coding thing, it sounds like. I'm
Right.
surprised they
It's
wouldn't
like a
just keep
software
that
thing.
Yeah, I feel like they could have just kept that in, but
I agree.
I guess it's a reason to go up to the other levels as well.
Yeah, true.
So one thing that's nice is you get the center armrest and a pass-through on the upgraded models, but you get the standard 60-40 split with the 4-way manual adjustable front seats and 2 power reclines on the back. Cloth seating surfaces you get on the standard, but you get the pleather or Sensitech or VTech, whatever the company calls it.
Yeah.
You get that on the upgraded trims. For the technology side, you'll see that they have a 12-inch touchscreen, and on there's a 10-inch actually on the Pro.
Right.
You get the 12-inch on the Pro S and on the Gradient.
That's probably exactly why we saw the slight difference in the screen when we were taking a look at the pictures from before.
Exactly. That's why the screens were different. We were probably in the regular Pro when we sat in it.
Yeah.
But it's nice to get that upgraded 12-inch. It definitely makes a difference.
For sure.
But it does make the standard one look a lot like the actual display look a lot smaller too.
Yeah.
And it was even small when we were driving the car, so I can't imagine what it looks like on
That's a good point.
Yeah. And then you have the option to print it, which is nice. So if you need to prepare before going into a dealership to actually purchase one or find out some of the options from your salesman,
Yep.
make sure to print that out and be prepared, because sometimes you might miss some of the options if the person you're dealing with doesn't know all the information. All right, that about wraps up our updated build guide and rundown on the 2022 Volkswagen ID.4. Now, I know we did go really fast in this just because we have went over it before, but if you do have any questions concerning the updated build, please leave them down in the comment section below.
If this video helped you or you like this type of content, please make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, we'll see you in the future.